everyone, and fresh from the King George at Ascot, we are back as we look ahead to the Qatar Goodwood Festival and 3 superb QIPCO British Champions Series races. Coming up, we've got another duel on the Downs with the Sussex Stakes as Gleneagles and Solo go head-to-head. The stayers are back in the Goodwood Cup. Can Trip to Paris follow up after Royal Ascot? We'll also be looking ahead to the fillies showpiece, the Nassau Stakes. And we're also going to have the latest instalment of Dixon versus Bell. It is 1-1. Who's going to come out on top this time? Once again, I'm joined by my good friend Chris Dixon as we're going to look ahead to another 3 fantastic races from Goodwood. We'll start, if we can, Chris, with the Sussex Stakes, which promises to be another fantastic renewal of the race, because we get this year an opportunity for Gleneagles, the star 3-year-old miler, to take on the elders, and recent renewals of the race have provided us with such wonderful entertainment. How excited are you about this race?
Really looking forward to it. It's been a feature of the midsummer season, hasn't it, the Sussex, for a fair few years now, with 2 horses quite often dominating the market and ending up dominating the race as well. It might be a 3-pronged attack this year, it might be a 3-way challenge, but the 2 that are really worth highlighting, I guess, the big 2, will be Gleneagles and Solo, who were both successful at Royal Ascot, and as you point out, the first time that Gleneagles has got a chance to take on his elders.
What do you make of the claims of Gleneagles against Solo and vice versa?
It's a difficult one, really, but I think Gleneagles might just have the better of the matchup on this occasion, on this track as much as anything. Speed is going to be at a premium. I think the stiff mile really suited Solo at Ascot, and also the fact that 1 or 2 of his rivals I felt ran below form that day. I don't think that they brought their A game, did they? There were a couple of disappointments in that field. Gleneagles has been beating a few of the same horses, I suppose, and he's now taking on something different, but I think he can do that, and I think that we've seen lots of speed from him, and he just looks the kind of horse that'll take well to Goodwood as well, and I think he's definitely the one to beat.
We have that sort of same question come up when you say, well, they're taking on the same horses. We had it with Frankel a few years ago when he was brilliant and romped home to victory. So it promises to be a great race. Is A-Rod a player at all?
Well, he's the third one that is definitely worth a mention, because he's kind of been changed around as a horse by going back to a mile this year. Of course, he ran in the Derby last year. They tried to stretch his stamina to 1.5 miles, and to an extent it worked. He ran a very good race in the Derby, but he's a better horse over a mile, I think, and he's got that exuberant way of going. He will be out in front. He'll be the one that is there to be shot at, that they're trying to run down. I think he will get run down, but again, he was excellent at Ascot last time out. He's got that form on an undulating track. We saw that at Epsom earlier on in the year, so his balance and that kind of thing, that his agility for this track won't be called into question. And he might take a bit of passing. He'll be there in the firing line for some way. Yeah,
it promises to be a great race. Let's find out what the Coolmore team make of the chances of Gleneagles. Kevin Buckley recently spoke to Tom Stanley.
Kevin, how excited are you about Gleneagles running in the Sussex Stakes?
Very. Very exciting horse, and you know, Aidan hasn't curbed his enthusiasm for great respect he holds him and his esteem he feels of the horse, so you know, we're very, very excited.
And are you excited taking on a horse like Solo? Does that add to it for you? Do you want those big challenges put in front of it?
Yeah, very much so. You know, we think he's a horse of the highest calibre, and therefore, you know, good quality challenges, all welcome.
We hear about the idiosyncrasies of Goodwood all the time. Any reservations about Gleneagles going there?
I don't believe so. He's a very durable, tough horse, adaptable, and likes good to firm summer racing ground. So if all those things are there, then fine.
And you're not worried about a small field? Ideally, would you like more? Would you like a bit of pace on, or you think you'll beat whatever turns up?
I think he's very, well, I wouldn't say that, but we hope. But he's a very versatile horse, so I think he can adapt in all those sorts of circumstances.
Right, let's hear now from one of the local riders. Harry Bentley grew up not far from the track, and he's already had a really successful season. Let's find out a little bit more about Harry now.
My biggest win would probably have to be over in Qatar on the Group 1 Derby. I'm quite a hands-on person. DT was probably a personal favourite. Have to be Martin Duroy. Me. No, I don't know. Who is the best dressed? James Dawes, quite well dressed. Probably a Formula 1 driver. We'll go Eddie Redmayne. I have quite a weird one with drains, like stepping on 2 drains, and then if you step on 3, then it's bad luck. It's a weird one. Racing hero, I mean, I suppose it had to be AP McCoy. It's just for his longevity, riding, and you know, the ambition, as you know, for the amount of time he had. Ambitions would be just to be at the top of my game, recognised as being one of the best in the country or in the world.
Next up, we're going to focus our attention on the stayers, but before that, let's take a look at the story so far.
And they're off. Inside the final 3 and a wave of 3. Snow Sky on the left, coming to join Romstar. Brown Panther up between horses and they've quickened on. Moving on towards the last quarter of a mile. Snow Sky, Moore down the centre. Buick crouching low on Romstar. Brown Panther digging into Kingscote, but it's Snow Sky who leads narrowly on down towards the last furlong. Brown Panther trying to get on terms. Romstar can't go on. Then Havana beat Brown Panther, making Snow Sky fight all the way to the line. Snow Sky the near side, Brown Panther the far side. Snow Sky inching ahead, just through strongest.
And there are the 2015 running of the Gold Cup. As they run now towards the final 2 furlongs, it is Forever Now challenge by Forgotten Rules. On to fourth weakening, Trip to Paris improving. To the far side getting involved also, Bethlehem leading on Kingfisher. Simonon staying on, Mizu down the outside. Trip to Paris on the inside, Forgotten Rules, Bethlehem. Simonon getting involved as well. Trip to Paris gets to the lead on the run to the line from Forgotten Rules, Bethlehem. But Simonon and the sporting nature of the connection rewarded. Trip to Paris takes Ascot gold from Graham Lee and Ed Dunlop.
So focusing on the stayers now, and recently we saw a Trip to Paris. This season's been a revelation in many ways, because he won the Chester Cup and then he won the Ascot Gold Cup, the blue ribbon at the Royal meeting. How much of a surprise has his sort of level of form been this season to you?
To some degree, it has been a surprise. I think most people have been surprised. He did have the makings of a good horse, but probably not quite as good as he's developed. I didn't see him at the start of the season as a potential Group 1 performer. He was beaten in the Rosebery earlier on in the season in a handicap company, probably inconvenienced by the run of the race to some degree that day. But he's progressed as his stamina has been drawn out. He's got better and better, and he arrives there with a chance. The Gold Cup was a bit of a messy race, wasn't it? He's back in distance, but that won't be a problem for him. He goes there with a chance, though there might be something that can get the better of him this time.
And where do you think that will come from? Big Orange has been talked about as a potential runner. Quest for More, there's a few horses in there lurking.
There are several challenges, and I wouldn't want to pin myself down to one for the time being. The 2 you've mentioned there are both interesting. Big Orange, impressive enough at Newmarket, caught plenty of people by surprise on that occasion. He looks like the longer trip would really suit him. He's a resolute galloper, isn't he? He keeps on grinding away, and stepping up from Newmarket shouldn't be a problem. So he's an interesting one. While Quest for More, he has that course form on his side, proven around here, and he's going the right way. And he's a strong stayer, won at Newcastle last time out, the Northumberland Plate. He might still have more to offer.
It's a fascinating race. Trip to Paris is the one that they'll all be trying to beat on the back of that Royal Ascot success. Let's find out what his trainer, Ed Dunlop, makes of his chance.
It is Trip to Paris all set to go to Goodwood, and that's his likely target.
Yeah, at this stage, yeah. He's got to do some work between now and then. He's had a holiday since Royal Ascot, but yeah, all being well, we'll go there.
Somebody sat down with you at the start of the season and said that's what was going to happen. What would you have said to them?
I would have thought you were crazy, probably. He's come a long way very quickly.
How much of it is down to what you've been doing differently at home? How much of it is just down to the horse himself and the improvement he's shown?
Well, we gelded him at the end of his serial career, and I think that was the making of him. We always liked him. He ran at Royal Ascot last year. But the beauty of him is he can stay, which we didn't know, obviously, as a 3-year-old, and he can quicken as well, which obviously he showed in the Ascot Gold Cup. So those are pretty useful things. The problem will be the Group 1 penalty.
It's time now for the challenge, and at the moment it is 1-1 between Dixon versus Bell. This time round it's going to be football, and a bit of background as to our footballing ability. Chris Dixon, to my left, was on the Hull Football Club books for a long time, and I wasn't. You must be pretty confident about this one.
We're doing penalties.
Penalties.
Penalties wasn't my strong point, but I'd still make myself favourite.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's
You still play though?
Well, yeah. We'll see who wins. Let's find out. So we've got kitted up, we're ready for the latest challenge, and as we mentioned before, this is a football challenge, a penalties challenge. Chris has been harping on for years about how good he is at football, so this will be the deciding factor.
I've been harping on that, yeah.
Looking forward to this. What we're going to do, we're going to get 3 each, alternate them. We've got the goals set up, penalty spot in place, and we're going to see who can go ahead in the lead.
Nice boots.
In the challenge. Right, let's get this underway. God, you. Still time.
Loads of time. Loads of time. I'm ready.
It's one step, isn't
What is it you say? Born ready?
No!
Pressure's on. This to win it. One step, yeah?
Yeah.
You on your line? Thanks. Oh, good save.
Right, to stay in it. Come on!
So sudden death if you save, yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh, he has as well.
Right, we're into sudden death.
You win from here, I reckon.
Beautiful. God, straight at you, you can't do that.
You're like Johnny Wilkinson.
Oh.
Shame it went a bit higher. He's going for the grovel, Alex. Good save.
God, how have you saved that? That's a good penalty.
Right, another go.
Oh, you...
Don't save them, boy.
That's so annoying. the one challenge I really wanted to beat him at was football. Right.
There's no pressure for you, like the golf. For me.
You are 2 and up and 3 to go.
You're gutty.
I really am. Next up, we're going to focus our attentions on the Nassau Stakes. But before we do that, let's find out the story so far in the fillies and mares division.
Lucida in the blue jacket, a shot to a 2-length lead. Tiggy Wiggy in second. Here comes Ryan now on Legotissimo. Legotissimo, the blue and orange, is coming home the strongest, and she grabs the lead from Lucida and gives Ryan a double in the Guineas.
And they're off and racing. A barging match on the inside is Together Forever cleans up Diamonds and Rubies. Whilst that's happening, Legotissimo has struck for home in the Oaks. In second place, qualified for a huge shot on the inside. Legotissimo, qualified unbelievably, is coming. Legotissimo narrowly, heads up, heads down, and possibly a mighty shot.
Lucida nearest to us, coming home strongly. Found and Ryan have grabbed the lead inside the last furlong. Here's Avenger in the green jacket, unleashed by Sumion. Avenger coming home strongly to get to Found. Lucida closing on those. Avenger just.
Amazing Maria coming under a ride, followed by Fintry. He's waiting for room on Lucida. Avenir near Sertan towards the outside, but Wiener is now at the back of the field as they sprint up the hill. Amazing Maria, and on the near side Fintry, between them Euro Charlene. Avenir Sertan still has a job. Amazing Maria just has the lead, and Racing's the line. Amazing Maria wins the Falmouth Stakes.
Hi, I'm John Reid. Welcome to Goodwood. This is the Nassau Stakes. Here we go with the first part of the race. So we follow the rail here, all the way round. So we go round this into the back straight, as you'd call it, and we're still on the inside rail. And now we're going to switch slightly left towards the middle of the track, heading for the outside rail, just to straighten the track up. Here we are, we're dropping down towards the trees and running more or less along this left-hand rail. Now we're getting in a nice rhythm, getting our horse nicely relaxed. Still got a long way to go. We're just past the mile start here, which goes down the inside, but we're going on the outside. Now we're going to turn left up the hill. We've got a bit of a climb here. Not a place you want to be making a lot of ground here. You want to have your horse nicely galloping along. And in a minute, we're going to switch back to the inside rail. And here we go. Now we're back on the inside rail. So we get round here. Quite a short bend this, but a nice bend nonetheless. Nice camber on it. Now the race will start to develop. We've just passed the 5 furlong pole and we're heading downhill. Just got to be careful here you don't get too much of a run on, because horses can quicken up a bit too fast down here and then struggle to get home. But our horse is nice and relaxed here, and we haven't asked him any questions yet, and we'll kind of wait until we're past the junction here, and then we'll start heading over to that inside rail again. And from here the race is going to start to really develop. Now we're coming past the 3. People will be looking for your gaps here, looking for a way out. Hard to get a run at the inner here. Quite often it's better to come out a little bit wide and take your chance out there. Stands have just started on the left. That means there's about a furlong and 100 yards to go. By now you're going to know your fate, if you've got enough horse or not. Here we come to the furlong pole. The crowd will be shouting. The whole race is going to be on now. Half a furlong to go. Now it's important. They'll be coming from all directions at you. It's important to keep going right to the line. You can't slack here because horses will pull up a bit. And here we go. There's the line. Very important. Now we have a right-hand turn and an easy pull-up.
Well, the Nassau, for me, one of the greatest races I've ever seen came in the Nassau. It was that of Ouija Board against Alexander Goldrun, and it's a race that, because of that, has a really special place in my heart. I really look forward to it as a contest. How much are you looking forward to this year's renewal, Chris?
I'm really looking forward to it. I think on a couple of occasions over recent years it maybe hasn't lived up to its billing, just on the odd occasion, but as you said, in the past it has been a brilliant race, and that in particular was a great renewal of the Nassau. So I think this year we've got potentially plenty of previous Group 1 winners in there, and a great racing prospect if the right horses turn up on the day.
Diamonds and Rubies is one of those in with a chance?
Very much so, and I think represents the key form line going into the race. That is the Pretty Polly. To a large extent got the run of things out in front that day, but the second and third horses reoppose, and it could be quite tight between the lot of them this time around.
Let's find out what Kevin Buckley from Cornwall makes of the chances of Diamonds and Rubies.
What do you think is going to suit her about Goodwood and about dropping back to 10 furlongs in trip? Do you think that's better for her? Again, I don't want to harp on about versatile horses, but I think she is pretty versatile, you know, seeing what she did in Chester and the Cheshire Oaks and the Pretty Polly at the Curragh. So she's a versatile filly who's had a few hard luck stories, you know. You may consider she was a bit unlucky in a very top quality listed race in Navan. Missed a break when she needed to go, slap in the face in Chester, the argy-bargy match at Epsom. So she's tough, durable and consistently produces her tenacity all the time, you know, replicates that. So
that's a look ahead to 3 of the QIPCO British Champions Series races that are coming your way over the next few days. It's going to be 5 days of glorious racing, Chris.
Yeah, brilliant racing in an outstanding setting as well. Hopefully the weather's good, the racing will be brilliant. It'll certainly be competitive. Those handicaps as well, really look forward to those during the course of the week.
The Qatar Goodwood Festival coming your way soon. I hope you enjoyed as much as we will. From all of us, for now, take care and we'll see you very soon.